Welcome back everyone to another episode of Physio Tips with Mauro. I'm your host, Mauro Burnett. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a board certified orthopedic specialist in physical therapy and the owner of Australian Physiotherapy Specialists in Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, in today's video, we're going to do fast low back pain relief part 2. About 2 weeks ago, we put another video out on fast low back pain relief. And in that video, we looked at acute low back pain. I just lifted a box, I strained my back, I've got some low back pain, what do I do? In this video, we're going to go into the next phase. Now it's been a few weeks since you've hurt yourself. Your back's starting to feel a little bit better overall. You're not having as much pain going down the legs, but now you feel stiff. It's hard to put on your shoes and socks in the morning. It's hard to bend over and put your pants on. So in this video, we're going to address how to get your flexibility back after the severe pain's gone away and you're left feeling stiff. If that's you, stay tuned. We're going to get into the video. We're going to show you some easy exercises you can do at home to get you bending forward and putting your shoes on again. All right, let's get into the video. All I've got to do is just fix my socks and my shoes after hurting my back, and then I can get to work on time. Not good. Let's try this again. Yeah. All right, let's just wing it. I can probably put it on this way. My back. All right, plan B. Plan B, I can totally do this. I'm just gonna put it on this way. Oh, my hip, it's just so tight. All right, come on hip, you can do it. Not good at all. This stinks. Who has time to spend all morning long trying to figure out how to put your shoes and socks on, right? We don't have that time. So if you've had back pain recently, you've gotten over it, and now you find yourself stiff in the back, hard to put your shoes and socks on, hard to put your pants on, feeling pretty inflexible. In this video, we're going to address that. We're going to look at some safe ways how to stretch back out, get your low back bending again, and get your hips moving again. You might find that crossing your leg, very difficult to do, very tight. We'll look at that. Or just the very act of flexing your lower back. If you followed our first video, you might have been doing exercises 1 through 3, which were more extension-based exercises to help centralize the pain in your buttocks and your leg. This video, let's look at how to get your flexibility back. We're going to get into it. This is going to be exercise number 5. Remember, exercise 1 was lying on your stomach for a couple minutes. Exercise 2, propped on your elbows. Exercise 3, half push-up lying on your stomach. If this doesn't make any sense, refer to our first video. It's going to be tagged at the end of this video. Exercise 4 was standing extension at the back. And now we're going to get into exercise 5. Exercise 5 is going to be looking at getting flexibility back, getting you bending forward. Let's get into exercise 5 and take a look. Exercise number 5, restoring lumbar or low back flexion. One of the safest ways to start is lying on your back. We're going to lie on your back. I'm going to grab both knees and I'm going to slowly start to stretch my knees towards my chest. I want to make sure that this does not cause pain down my buttocks or down my legs, that it's pretty comfortable. And then I'm going to slowly begin to stretch, maybe 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, and then relax. And I'm going to gently keep pulling this until my knees eventually come close to my chest. That's going to help restore that flexion that you need at the lower back to be able to bend over comfortably and put your shoes and socks on. Okay, if you feel that the tightness is more related to the hip and it's real specific on one side, you could do one side and gently begin to stretch this out. Stretch it, hold it, same thing, 20, 30 seconds. Begin to stretch that out. And then when you get back up, you should start to have a little more flexibility as you're putting your shoes on. It stretches hip flexion for you. Let's look at another exercise that we can do for lumbar flexion that we could do in sitting. We can use just about any chair or a stool. I'm going to use a stool, for example, and we're going to get into this and show you how this works. Let's look at one more way that we can stretch out the lower back, this time from a seated position. My hands are on my calves. I relax my back, gently let it stretch out. Maybe hold it for 20 or 30 seconds. Prerequisite, again, it's not causing back pain. It's not causing pain down my leg. It just feels like a nice stretch. Then we relax. Maybe I do this 2 or 3 reps. This is nice to do maybe at the end of the day if you're feeling really tight, hard to get your shoes on and off. And you can do this 2 or 3 times a week to keep yourself flexible. Okay. At the conclusion of this stretch, it's never a bad idea to go back to that standing hip extension exercise or back extension exercise where you hold your hips and you do the leaning back that we did on the first video to make sure that you're going forward, but now you lose your flexibility going back. So stretching forward, get your flexibility back, but at the end of it, do 2 or 3 reps to stretch back as well. And that backward bend exercise we showed you in the previous video, and that should get you feeling pretty flexible. Okay, we're going to show you one last stretch that you can do to improve your hip rotation to help get your foot up when you're putting your shoes on. We'll show you that one next. All right, let's look at one more exercise that helps when your back and your hip are stiff when you're putting your shoes and socks on. This is called external rotation of the hip, or we commonly think of it as just crossing our leg to put our shoe on. Okay, across my leg, I've got my hip up. It's a little stiff, so I'm going to put both hands on my knee. My knee is going to press gently into my hands. I'm going to hold, maybe 5 or 6 seconds, and then I gently relax. Press up again, press, hold, 5, 6 seconds go by, and gently relax once again. And we would do this over a series of maybe 3 to 6, maybe 7 reps, and then relax. And eventually what you're going to start to notice is the hip's going to start to stretch out a little bit better. It's going to be easier to pull your shoe up and have access to your shoe to start putting your shoes and socks on better. Well, thanks for tuning in to our video on fast low back pain relief, part 2, restoring your flexibility. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. A couple exercises to help get your lumbar flexibility back. Remember, not a bad idea after you've done some of these flexion exercises to end your exercise routine with a few reps of back extension just to keep you flexible. Want to make sure that you don't get really good in flexion and lose your extensibility or your ability to extend. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do us a big favor, hit that like button below. It helps us out. Share it with your friends. And don't forget, you can subscribe to our channel and receive more videos like this on helpful physiotherapy tips. For now, it's goodbye, and we'll see you next time here on Physio Tips with Mara.